Are you feeling good?
I'm doing good.
Good. Are you excited to be here?
Yes. I'm glad to be here. I just don't want to do a speech.
You're going to do great. You're going to do great. What are we here for tonight, Trey?
Oh, we're here for Big Al. We're here to celebrate Big Al's career.
Brother-in-law Al. Brother-in-law Al, number 54. He goes way back.
We need to party with her more. Oh, I know.
This is your big moment, and we're really proud of you. Go Terps!
Single-game scoring mark in program history, Allan J. Bunge.
Papa, you are a stud. So, we're adding a new member to our family.
Yep.
So you guys are going to be great grandparents. Your legacy went past one more generation. Now you were supposed to congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Allan J. Bunge. The Maryland men's basketball program's stellar tradition of NCAA tournament appearances began in 1958, and in the center of it all was Allan J. Bunge. The 6'9" product of Palmyra, New Jersey, was the starting center of the Terrapins' first NCAA tournament team. But that doesn't begin to describe Bunge's impact on Bud Milliken's program. As a sophomore, he grabbed 22 rebounds in a game against Georgetown, tying a Maryland record at the time. In his senior year, he scored 43 points in a contest against Yale, a single-game record that stood for nearly 19 years and still ranks number 2 in school history. An excellent inside presence, Bunge finished his career with 10.6 rebounds per game, a figure that still ranks 4th in school history. He remains number 9 on Maryland's career rebounding list, despite playing only 3 varsity seasons. A second-team All-ACC tournament selection in 1958, Bunge had even greater impact later in his career. He became only the second Terrapin, after Gene Shue, to earn first-team All-ACC honors when he averaged 16.6 points and 12.6 rebounds as a senior in 1960. In addition to his basketball exploits, Bunge also pitched for Maryland's baseball team in 1958. And after his career in Maryland was complete, Bunge was selected with the 7th overall pick in the 1960 NBA draft by the Philadelphia Warriors. Allan J. Bunge was one of the greatest Maryland basketball players in the early years of the ACC. We are pleased to honor him tonight as he's inducted into the Maryland Athletics Hall of Fame.
Allan, ladies and gentlemen, Allan J. Bunge.
Well, I had our speech all lined out, and it got blown out of the water. My granddaughter, Chris, announced tonight that there's going to be an addition to the family, and I'll be a great-grandfather. So anyway, we'll do the best we can do, I guess. But I do like to thank my whole family and everybody for coming tonight and sharing this evening with me. I got 3 of my old team. I say old, shouldn't say that. I got 3 of my teammates here tonight, and I really appreciate them being here. And I want to say good evening and welcome from Oklahoma. Great state. Also, I would like to take this time to say to all the honorees, it's a great honor, and we are sure that you deserve it, each and every one. Also, when I was informed of this, we got the call, I was extremely, I can't explain how thrilled I was, how unexpected it was. My wife said that my behavior was such that it was like a little kid on his first visit to the candy store. I like candy too, so. But anyway, it's been 56 years since I hung up my Maryland Converse tennis shoes. And I need to thank Mr. Fry, because he did take care of me too. And unfortunately, it's quite often, but he did a good job. Sometime he kind of let me know he did a good job too. But anyway, I'd like to thank the M Club and the Hall of Fame Selection Committee for this very special honor and evening. I also would like to thank some very special people that helped me on the way. My high school basketball coach was about that tall. Went to East Stroudsburg State Teachers College in Pennsylvania. Never heard of it. But anyway, he worked me over. And he always would say, rebound, Bunge, rebound, rebound. Finally, I got the message after a year, I think. But anyway, he said, boys, I want the ball. If we average 100 shots a game, we'll win a few games. We won a bunch of them. Bunch of them were in high school. I also like to thank my high school football coach, Tom Young. Well, I got one of my teammates, not that Tom Young. He doesn't look like a football player. Tom Young was a football player for and graduated from the University of Maryland. And in my junior year, I was getting a lot of letters and calls from coaches about getting a football scholarship. I came from a small school, and I was bigger than everybody, so I could beat them up. So everyone thought I was pretty good. But anyway, he took me aside and he said, Bunge, when you get to the next level, he said, they are going to tear your legs up. And so I found out pretty quick I was a coward. I decided not to play football and went with basketball. My third person, of course, is H.A. Bud Milligan, I believe, who's a member. Great coach, as far as I was concerned. He was good for me. He worked me hard. And it reminded me of my sophomore year, when, of course, we couldn't play as freshmen, but weren't allowed to. But my sophomore year, we had a great, great team. We ended up 6th in the nation. And I had 3 of these fellows down here, Wayne McGinnis and Tom Young and Jerry Bechtel on that team. I really do appreciate you being here, but you corrected me on something, Jerry. I thought we were undefeated at the Christmas break, and he said, no. That kind of destroyed what I was thinking. But anyway, my wife will tell you I don't think very well anyway, so. Anyway, we went home for Christmas break, which is a vacation time for us, because we got 3 days off. Mr. Coach Milligan didn't like to give us too much time off. But anyway, we came back, practiced, and went down to New Orleans to play in the Sugar Bowl tournament. We played the University of Memphis, and we got beat in triple overtime. That stinks. We got beat by North Carolina in triple overtime. I never won a game in triple overtime. Anyway, Coach wasn't very happy with us, as you can figure out. And so we came up to Clemson University. Now, Clemson University in those years was not very good. Terrible was a good word, but they were not very good. And Christmas break was still going on, so there wasn't too many students there. It was kind of sparse. And we were flatter than a car with 4 flat tires. Coach tried every trick, called us every name. I can't repeat any of them in this group. But anyway, we got beat. Oh boy, we got beat. So he was a little upset with us. We got on a bus and we had to go to the airport, which in Clemson must be 100 million miles away. It's out there in the middle of nowhere. Those years. This was 1860, I think. But anyway, it was a long time ago. Anyway, we got to the airport. It was very late, dark, of course. And I thought they were closed. I couldn't see anybody there. After a while, I think Tom Young was one of them, said, Bunge, why don't you go ask the coach and find out when we're going to get something to eat? So, being a non-thinker, as my wife says, I said, sure. Big mistake. I found out how some coaches could feel after that kind of a defeat. He said, politely, he said no. And so I think I filled up on those little packages of saltine crackers. They were on the tables. And by the time we got back to the school, I was pretty hungry. But anyway, 2 weeks later, we were scheduled to play at University of North Carolina. Now, for some of you old-timers, you probably remember that the year before that, they won the national championship and beat Wilt Chamberlain, University of Kansas, who my daughter graduated from, in triple overtime. They won that game. But anyway, we played them, and I think Tom Young will probably correct me, or Jerry will. They were undefeated when we played them 2 weeks after that flat tire loss. And we beat them. But before that game, Bud pulled me aside and he said, you're going to guard a young fellow named Lee Schaffer. And Lee turned out to be one of their North Carolina's greats. He played in the NBA. And he said, the first time he drives to the basket, don't be too polite about it, but you foul him good and proper like, which I did. And I didn't get thrown out of the game. And from that time on, I owned him, if you know what I mean by I owned him. He had some tough times. But that name brings back another memory. At the end of my senior year, when the season was over, I played in several All-Star games. And the big one in those years used to be the Herald Tribune Fresh Air Fund East-West All-Star game. I couldn't pronounce all that 10 years ago. But anyway, I played for the East team, and Lou Rossini from NYU was our coach. And the day before the game, we had our only practice session. He said, I got to have a 3-on-3 drill. He said, I got to find out what you guys are made of. So he picked a kid named Jackson, I think it was, from St. John's, a kid from West Virginia named, what was his name, Jerry West, and me. And then he picked 3 kids, including Lee Schaffer. And he said, Bunge, you guard Schaffer. And he hollered, no! I always remember that moment. It made me really feel good. But anyway, I did very well in that game. I guarded the Big O. In case some of you ladies don't know, that was Oscar Robinson. He was a real good player. And I got the MVP Defensive Award for that game. So I thought I did pretty good. It helped me with the draft. All in all, I like to say that I had my best moments in sports at the University of Maryland and with a wonderful and great bunch of teammates. Without them, I'd have never made any of those records he talked about. But also, Tom was talking about it tonight, I fought a chronic illness, 4 years in school, called ulcerative colitis. Didn't know much about it in those years. And it affected me every year. At the end of the year, I got it. Came back on me. I lost a lot of weight. But anyway, I fought that and overcame it, and I'm very proud of that fact. 4 years of that was kind of hard at times. But anyway, I'm very, very grateful for the University of Maryland and their education, the opportunity that I had to play basketball that I gained, I loved. Oh, yes, any of you are leaving tonight and you go up on the Z1 parking lot, there's a white Prius V car up there with a license plate that says play ball. And I kept up the tradition, so to speak. My oldest daughter played 4 years of basketball at Arkansas. My youngest daughter was an All-American at KU, softball. My granddaughter was everything in Arkansas. Was there anything you wasn't in Arkansas? And she played 4 years of basketball at the University of Oklahoma. And my grandson there, 6'10". You're being bashful. Anyway, he says he's 6'9". Everything in Arkansas, and he played at the University of Arkansas for 4 years. So I'm very proud of all of them. And I'd like to thank everybody for this wonderful award, and the M Club and the Hall of Fame people. Thank you.
But Palmyra,
left shoulder.
South Jersey, they don't even shoot that.
Right. 4 years in a row. Right?
Oh, Roosevelt Park. Yeah, when we tried out, Wadowski was the guy. He was about 7 foot. We killed him, 97 to 22.
Well, that was in the 1920s. Nobody knew how to play that.
I think he shrunk. What do you think?
Center of attention, the best one right here.
Want me to get in front, maybe, so I don't block their way?
Okay,
You
let's
see
get.
what I had to put up for 4 years?
I can't imagine.
4 years of that.
So he moved me from 6 on the bench down to the end of the bench.
I wasn't so mad at him all the time. I had double the amount of points and rebounds I had.
I played out there, and all I kept hearing was, give the ball to Bunge, give the ball to Bunge.
That's great.
Him and his running mate from Penn's Grove.
Penn's Grove.
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, right?
You gotta lean on them, step on their toes, do all the dirty stuff.
Yep. I agree.
Don't turn that on.
It is on.
Eliminate that.
It is on.
Eliminate
out.
that.
I want to get one of you and Grandma.
Who?
Really nice meeting you. Your beautiful wife.
It's been bad enough going to bed with a grandmom, but with a great grandmom, no.
No, yeah,
No.
That's a different ball game.
No.
Hey, Papa, thank you for everything that you said.
You are.
In our family. I feel so loved.
Every once in a while, I think of you.
Whatever.
Let's get Grandma. You're
good.
You're good. Your
great.
speech was great.
No, it wasn't awesome.
Are you happy?
I forgot more than I had. I got most of it.
Are you happy that it's over?
Yes.
You're gonna sleep for the first time in 2 weeks.
I used to have to talk when I worked for Phillips. I used to recruit motivated speakers for certain jobs in the purchasing and everything else. And I have to introduce them. I have to hopefully get the meeting, get it together, get the guy there, talk to these people, and I hate it. I hate talking to people.
You're so good at it, though.
No.
Papa, you're funny.
Yeah.
You're the funniest person in the world.
Yeah, definitely.
Did once.
Your grandmother made me do it.
She did what I'm trying to do.
I'm through.
Drooping. Oops. Now,
Yeah,
that
that
looks
too.
empty.
Once we just take it off.
No, leave it on, leave it on.
Yeah. All right, grandmom.
Okay, Grandma, you're
Great
up.
grandmom.
Great Grandma. In front of the turf.
They're over there. We're
That's
over
okay.
here.
I'll get him.
Yeah.
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 Okay, cool. Thank you.
This is all one together. Can I take one for you?
Okay, 1, 2, 3,
4,
smile.
Mike.
Just keep smiling.
Y.
Okay.
Hey.
Having a great time.
Are you going to go ahead.
You get to catch up in the Capitol building.
Here soon.
We are at the Great Falls Tavern at the C&O Canal in Maryland, just outside of Washington, D.C. And the Potomac River is just over to my left. and it's still being repaired, and it may take another 100 years before they find enough stonemasons qualified
To get it.
to do that work.
Which way are we going?